Alright guys, so today's video I am going to be sharing with you a ton of German nutcrackers as well as German smokers. I went to an auction and they had a very large collection of these German nutcrackers and smokers. They also had, you know, some other ones like Kurt Adler and just like off-brand type of nutcrackers, but it was a huge collection of those types of items. So I did win a lot of the German ones, or the main ones that I wanted. Those typically are, you know, if you were to purchase them in stores, are very expensive, and they're super well made and very detailed. I do have a few that I have found over the years that I've kept for myself. The smokers, I actually never kept a nutcracker, but there is also a smoker that I won within this haul that Eric and I decided to keep, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you actually use an incense cone in the smoker and that kind of thing. So we're going to go over all of the ones that I won. I'll let you guys know what I spent on them and what I currently have them listed for. They are all listed for sale except for the one that I'm going to show you, and we'll start with that one first just so I can show you what it looks like. So you'll have to excuse me with, you know, my pronunciations aren't the best. This one is by Holzknadel, designed by Kathy Wolfart. So it looks like this. He is like what I would say a toy peddler is what I would call him. And if you can just see how detailed he is, he still has his tag. There is a little damage to him, and that's one of the reasons Eric and I decided to keep him. But like we really liked him. And then on the back of him, you can see all of his little toys that he has for sale. And there's some, you know, like strung here on the sides. So with these smokers, basically the base comes off, and then, hold on, let me sit this down so as not to harm anything else. So his base comes off, and then you have this like contraption here that you would stick a little incense cone. So I went to Hobby Lobby and picked up a pack of incense cones because I didn't have any. And you'd stick the cone here, light it, put his top back on, and then that smoke is going to come out of his mouth. So it looks like he's actually smoking. And typically with all smokers, you will see they have like a little pipe in their mouth to make it look like, you know, they're smoking their pipe. So I'm going to get this lit so you guys can see it in action. But first I'll tell you how much I paid for him. This one here, I paid $22.50 for. And like I said, we are keeping him. Alright, so you can see the incense is burning in there, and it looks like he's actually smoking his pipe. How cute is that? These things are so amazing. I got a sandalwood incense cone in there. I'm not the biggest fan of sandalwood, but Hobby Lobby didn't have many scents to choose from, I'll tell you that much. But this is so super cool. That's really awesome. I set him back here so you'll probably see him doing his thing. So I'm just going to share with you the rest of the things that we won. So this here is another German smoker, and this one is a firefighter. So super cute. All of these items do still have their original boxes, and this one's by a company called KWO. I am not even going to try to attempt to pronounce the German words because don't know how to, basically. But I really thought he was cool, especially for anyone who, you know, is a firefighter or, you know, has a firefighter in their family type of thing. So I did pay $40 for this one, and I listed him up as a buy it now for $124.99. Alright, the next one is by the same brand that is the toy merchant that I'm keeping is from, and the Holzknadel. This one is a wine merchant, and I'll show you what he looks like here. So again, very detailed, has his little pipe there, and he's got a little tray on his front with a wine bottle, or a wine barrel. Yeah, there's a wine bottle on there as well. And again, his back end is very, very detailed. Like he's got a whole crate shelf on his back with wine bottles and glasses and stuff like that. And all of these smokers have never been used as well. So pretty much whoever owned this collection was just displaying them, not actually using them. So this one here I did pay $60 for, and I listed him as a buy it now for $124.99. Alright, I do have some more smokers, but I'm going to share with you a nutcracker. Most of these nutcrackers are by Christian Olbrecht. I do have two Steinbachs. This one here is a, I'm pretty sure this is Christian Olbrecht. It's all in German, and I can't pronounce the actual names, but it's a very large nutcracker, and he's of a chimney sweep. So he has his ladder, and his little like brush in his hand, as well as a rope around his shoulder. So very, very cute. This one here I won for $35, and I listed him as a buy it now for $99.99. And again, all of the nutcrackers have their original boxes. So this next one actually already sold, so that's amazing. This one again is a Christian Olbrecht. There's his tag so you can see. I do have, before I purchased all of these nutcrackers, I did have two nutcrackers in my eBay store that haven't sold yet, but I think those are also Christian Olbrecht as well. So this one is a little bit on the smaller side. This one is a musketeer. So he has a sword in his hand and his hat with a feather. So it just looks like that. Show you the back of it as well. This one I won at a bid of $30, and I listed him as a buy it now for $99.99. And like I said, he did already sell, so got to get him shipped and packed up and ready to go to his new home. Now this one looks very similar to the last one you saw, again Christian Olbrecht. This one is actually like a robber, basically. He does kind of, you know, give you those musketeer vibes with the feather in his hat and everything. But you can see he has a pistol on one side, and then he has this like sack of money there on the other. So very cute. This one we won at a bid of $34. And he is listed for a buy it now of $119.99. So he's worth a little bit more. Okay, this one is so super cute. And again, these are all Christian Olbrecht right now. This one is of a cook. Oh my gosh, I fell in love with him. He is so cute. So he's wearing his little chef's apron. He's got this big wooden spoon in one hand, and he's clutching a chicken in the other. So he's ready to cook that chicken up. So this one here we paid $30 for, and I listed him on auction with a starting price of $99.99. It does already have a bid. I did not see this particular one listed. I didn't see it sold. I didn't even see it on Worth Point. So that's why I decided to do an auction on this one specifically, because I feel like it's probably a harder to find one. And it's funny because I did a Google search of it, and I only found one picture, and it was on someone's Pinterest board, and they had on their Pinterest board that they were looking for it to complete their collection. So I'm hoping whoever's bidding on it feels the same way. I don't know, I might have to out in that smoker. Whew, it's getting kind of crazy up in here. But yeah, so that one does have a bid already. Alright, this next one is a large guy as well. Again, we're on Christian Olbrecht ones. This one is of a king. He's really cool. I love the coloring on him. Very, very pretty. And he's just got his little like scepter in one hand. Looks like that. We paid $47.50 for him. And I listed him up as a buy it now for $129.99. This one is super cool as well. He is a stamp collector. So you see he's got his magnifying glass in one hand and his stamp book. And then he has these like little tweezers with a stamp on the end, like he can put it in his book. So very, very cute there. I thought this would be so super cute for, you know, anyone who is into collecting stamps. It's very like specific to, you know, someone's hobby and that type of thing. So we paid $35 for him, and I have him listed as a buy it now for $99.99. Alright, so back to some smokers. These next two are by a company called Franz Karl. Again, large German word I can't pronounce on this box. These ones actually, I'm pretty sure it's these next two that I'm sharing with you, actually come with a packet of German incense cones, and I'm assuming they're in the scent myrrh. I can't read German, but it looks like, I would say, 5 cones in there and in the scent myrrh. So that's awesome that they come with their own little incense cones to use them. And like I said, these haven't been used at all. So this one kind of has, I don't really know exactly what this one is called per se, but to me, he kind of reminded me of like an Italian waiter. He's got a little checkered napkin on one arm with a bottle of wine and some glasses, and he's got like a menu in one hand. So he could probably be like a wine server, or like I said, maybe an Italian waiter. So super cute on him. We won him on a bid of just $22.50, and I listed him as a buy it now for $99.99. All right, here is another smoker. This one, as I said, is by the same brand as that last one. And again, I'm pretty sure his comes with, you know, its own incense cones. And this one is a captain. So he's just wearing a captain's uniform with a really cool hat, and he's got a flag in his hand. So very cute. This one we won at a bid of $40, and I have him listed as a buy it now for $99.99. The next two nutcrackers are by Steinbach. So these are the only two Steinbach nutcrackers that I have. So this first one is a snowman. He's got a little red bird in one hand. He does still have a tag. He does, as always, like all of these do have their original boxes, and he has some twigs in the other. So very cute. I really like this guy. And he has a really nice scarf on as well. All of these are just such very good high quality. Like even the scarf on this one is so soft and knitted so well. So this one we paid $40 for, and I listed him up as a buy it now for $99.99. Alright, this next one is also a Steinbach nutcracker, and he is a fly fisherman. This one's really cute, and again, very specific to someone's interest or hobbies. So he's got a fly fishing rod in one hand, and then he's got these 3 fish that he caught in his other hand, and he's wearing a cute little hat. Very, very adorable. This one we won at a bid of, we did pay up for him a little bit more, so $75 for him. And I listed him as a buy it now for $139.99. Alright, and then as far as the last nutcracker, this one is also Christian Albrecht, a very large one. He is a watchman, so he has his little lantern in one hand. He's got his horn here dangling to, you know, let everyone know if there's something amiss going on. And then he's also got this thing in one hand. And there is a term for these, and I know what it is because I have it in my auction title, but I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it's called. But he's got one of them in his hand as well. So this one here we won for a bid of $30, and I listed him as a buy it now for $129.99. Sorry guys, not in my title, in the description, that thing in his hand is called a halberd. I had to Google it because I didn't know. Like, I was trying to figure out if there was like a specific term for those types of like swords or axes, and there is. They are called halberds. Alright, so the last 3 things that I'm going to share with you in this video, Eric and I actually went to 2 antique stores the other day. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, otherwise I would have recorded. Next time we go, I definitely will take my camera with me and do some recording, but we went kind of late in the day, so it was getting close to the time that they were closing, and I didn't want to feel rushed through to make a video. So I'm going to share with you the things that I purchased. We went in specifically to look for vintage Christmas items for our own personal use in our own personal like decorating. And I did find one thing, and then I ended up finding 2 things to resell, which kind of surprised me because sometimes when, you know, you go into antique stores, you just figure that the prices that people have on stuff is, you know, what it's pretty much essentially worth. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you can source at an antique store, and I will show you the one thing that whoever was selling it had no idea what they had. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show you is something that we purchased for ourselves, and this is so super cute. So we got this snowman here. How adorable is this? This is actually by Christopher Radko. Super cute snowman. He's very glittery. It's probably a little hard to see that on camera, but he is really glittery, and they had him described as a candy container. So as you can see, his top hat does come off, so you could sit something in there. And then his bottom says it's a paper mache plaster. It was made in 1997, and it is number 103 of just 600 of them made. So exclusively for, oh, it's actually German made, exclusively for Christopher Radko. So I just really fell in love with the look of him. He has that vintage style look. I mean, he's from 1997, which isn't like super duper old, but it's still, you know, back there a ways. But yeah, I just, look at that face, guys. I did pay $40 for him. I tried looking him up just to see like what he is essentially worth before I purchased him, but I could not find him. I did see an Etsy listing, but you know, it was a sold listing, so I didn't actually see any, you know, on eBay or anything like that. So he's going to go down in our Christmas decorations. And then I also found this girl, and I just thought she was so cute. So I don't know the age on her or anything like that. To me, she definitely looks older. I would say she might even be like a paper mache as well. Just very interesting looking face, very glittery. She has like a little hand muff in her hands. And yeah, I don't know who she's made by or how old she is. There's absolutely no markings on her, but she was only $9, and I thought that was a really good deal. I feel like had I won her at an auction, I probably would have paid $10 to $15 for her basically. So for $9, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance on her. Now I don't have her listed yet, but she will be listed by the time this video does go up. So I'm not quite sure what I'm asking for her yet. I obviously need to ask more than the $9 I paid for her to make a profit, but we will see. So I'll do a little more research just to see if I can find her, but I couldn't let her sit for $9. Alright, and then the last thing that I have to show is like the find of the entire day. So we were in this antique store, and I glanced over and I saw this snowman, and Eric was telling me that they are the snowmen by, what was the brand name, Eric? ESC Trading Company. Snowmen by someone named Cody Foster is the designer. And when I looked over and I saw him, like, in my mind I was like, wow, that looks exactly like one of those snowmen Eric was talking about that are worth like a lot of money. So we went over and I pointed it out to him, and he's like, yeah, it really does look like one. So we were looking him over, trying to find a tag of some sort just to see if it was, and there was no tag on him at all, no markings of any kind. So I went ahead and I took a picture of him and looked him up, and sure enough, it is one. They had this guy marked for $15, and when I looked him up, he was selling for $150. So if you ever see these snowmen, they are definitely worth a lot of money. So like I said, whoever had this particular antique booth, since there was no tag on it, they had no idea what they had. I guess they just assumed it was like nothing special type of thing. So I can't believe I walked off with him for just $15. So he does have like that primitive style folk art look to him. Super cute. I mean, look at this little pail that he has in his hand. Oh my gosh, it's just wonderful. I love this so much. I'm not keeping him, but I could definitely see something like this in my decor for Christmas. So paid $15 for him. He's not currently listed, but he will be by the time this video goes up, and I'll probably list him for around the $150 that I was seeing that he was selling for. So that was a great score. It really got me super excited. Like, I definitely want to start checking out antique stores a little more often. I love looking in antique stores. They're so much fun. But I like having the time to really look, because it's easy to bypass stuff in antique stores because there's so much to look at. And when you go into someone's booth, you know, there's like so many things like mixed in there that you really have to take the time to like scan with your eyes. And I'm not a fast scanner, I'm not a fast shopper, so I really like to have that extra time to, you know, make sure I'm seeing everything and that type of thing. But I really do enjoy going. So we're going to check out some here soon again, and I promise that I will take my camera next time so you guys can look around with us. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You'll have to let me know what you thought down below, and I will see you next time.